everyone, it's Melissa, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello and welcome. Are you ready to make a cute and adorable summertime statement necklace? I will be using beads from Jesse James Beads, as well as a local bead shop, Artistic Beads and Studio, located in Placerville, California, and of course, soft flex wire. So I'm using the butterscotch, and it's just going to kind of go really well with this color combo. You could use like a pink, or you like the pink tourmaline, or you can use fluorite would be really pretty for like ocean colors. Completely up to you. But link down below, they have so many different colors from Softlex on what you can use for your projects. And then you'll just need some beads. These ones have been showing up in the Softflex live sales quite often. Softflex live sales are fantastic if you haven't had a chance to check them out. They're every Thursday. And there's so many different goodies. There's a lot of check glass, unique items, as well as fantastic gemstones. Of course, you will need some 2x2s, and then, of course, like eye pins, head pins, and your clasp. Let's start creating. So I'm going to be attaching these dangles to eye pins, and you can use a jump ring if you want to. If you were just to attach your charm directly to the eye pin, it's going to lay on its side, so it's not going to lay flat. If you didn't want to use jump rings and you wanted to incorporate more of your soft flex wire, I will be making jump rings out of my soft flex wire just to add more color into my design. And this is also great if you have any leftover pieces of soft flex wire, so you don't have to cut them off of the spool. So I'm using this small little piece. We're going to slide on our 2x2 and one of our charms. And we're going to pass back through our 2x2. So we're going to have our little loop. And then if you want, hold one with your hand and take your plier, and we're just going to adjust the size. This is a little bit of a tricky part, but we'll have our jump ring. And that way your soft flex wire just kind of shows into your design. And then I will leave a link down below in the description as well. I did a figure 8 using the soft flex. So I think that would be really nice to kind of dangle your starfish and your charms if you wanted to. Just kind of another alternative design. So we're just going to take our pliers and we're going to give it a little smash. And then we're going to rotate, and this is just going to round it and give it a more professional finish. And we're just going to trim off our little tails. We want to make sure when we trim off the little extra that we're not cutting the part of the jump ring that we need. So we have our adorable little jump ring with our soft flex wire. And then our little 2x2 is going to hide underneath the loop of our charm. So we're going to do that in all of our little dangles. Have our little link and our jump ring. We want to make sure that it is fairly the same size as our others. We'll just take our pliers and give it a smash. And we're going to rotate, add it on all of our little jump ring connectors using our soft flex wire. So now we're going to use our eye pins. And if you don't have eye pins, or if you want to match your wire colors a little better, you can always use the soft flex craft wire. So we're just going to go ahead and attach our little jump ring we just made to the bottom of our eye pin. So you can see how the soft flex wire is showing, and then it's just going to connect right to that eye pin. So we have our little lantern bead in like a peach color. Then I'm going to use a little gold bead just to give that touch of metal. And we're just going to put on the rest of the beads on our eye pins in that same pattern. And if you don't have the same shape of beads, you can always use any from your collection. It's always nice to use the one-step looper because you get the perfect loop every time. So you don't have to worry about measuring. So we just slide in our eye pin, give it a squeeze, and we have our loop. And we'll do the same thing for the remainder of our loop. We have our 20 inches of soft flex wire, and then I went ahead and added in some more of the little gold beads, as well as these little 4 millimeter, they're kind of like a pink or a rosy pink, cubed crystals. So I thought that would really highlight the pink charms that we're using for our necklace. So now we're just going to do our bead stringing and slide on all of our beads onto our soft flex wire. And when we add on our charms, we want to make sure that they're all facing the same way. So we have the start of our necklace. And when you add on the beads, you just want to make sure that they're not overlapping for your dangles and that they have their spacing. Now I'm just going to add in some 4 millimeter mother of pearl, then a couple of the check glass beads that I had left over, as well as my little gold spacers and the little 4 millimeter crystals. And then I'm just going to add those to the sides of my necklace, and then we'll be ready to add the clasp. So we added on the beads to our necklace. Now we're going to attach our clasp. So we'll just need our 2x2s. And if you have a little bit of the soft flex wire left over, it's up to you if you want to add that into your design. Completely up to you. Sometimes it's nice to just let a little bit of the soft flex wire show in the back, just because we did have it show up front when we made our little jump rings. So I'm going to do that with mine, just to make my necklace a little bit longer. So we're just going to add on our 2x2 to the very end of our necklace. You want to give it a little loop. And this is where we will attach our clasp. And then we have a little bit of a tail, so we'll trim that off. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We just pass it back through our 2x2, our wire, and round it. We have our beautiful summertime statement necklace using our soft flex wire. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button